The year is 1300. Europe is gripped by the Middle Ages. The city lies shrouded in mist, cathedral towers rising to the sky, and life continues as usual. But beneath the surface, a world of fear waits. Church banners flutter in the wind, but beneath these grand cathedrals, in the dark dungeons, pain and suffering remain hidden. Chains, rats, terrified prisoners, this is their reality. In this world, crime was not just a personal wrong, it was an insult to God and the king. In the town square, a thief is bound to a post, the crowd watching and the priest raising the cross. Among the punishments, one stood above all others, the breaking wheel. It was not just a tool of death, but a spectacle, a theater of pain meant to terrify all who watched. Today, archaeologists in Milan have uncovered bones that tell the story of a man executed centuries ago. Fractured limbs, chains, the final cut. Even now, his suffering echoes through time. But who was he? What crime condemned him to such a fate? In the dark dungeon, he sits chained and alone, trembling with fear. Tonight, you will enter that world. Through winding streets, merchants, children, and peasants make their way toward the execution square. Every step is filled with fear and anticipation. The crack of the executioner's hammer echoes in the air. Ravens flap their wings, and the shadows on the stone walls tell the story of breaking bones. This punishment crushes not only the body, but the spirit. The prisoner's eyes widen in terror. The whispers of the crowd grow louder. Every moment brings him closer to death. In the center of the square, the breaking wheel awaits. Torches flicker, the night sky looms overhead, and the crowd gathers. Justice, cruel and public, is about to be served. Soldiers drag the terrified prisoner through narrow torchlit streets. Hidden eyes follow him. Fear grips the hearts of those who watch. In the dungeon, the prisoner sits chained to the wall. Rats scurry across the floor. Dim torchlight casts shadows on his gaunt face. The prisoner sits at a wooden table, trembling. The executioner watches silently, arms crossed. The priest questions him from a book of judgment. Candles flicker, casting eerie shadows. The executioner lifts an iron tool. The prisoner recoils in terror. Every inch of stone around them seems to close in. The courtroom is filled with peasants. The priest sits high on his chair, stern and unyielding. The prisoner stands in chains, awaiting judgment. The priest reads the charges aloud from a large book. The prisoner bows his head. The murmuring crowd listens in tense silence. Finally, the priest raises his hand and pronounces the verdict. The prisoner's face falls. Hope has left him. Soldiers carry the massive wooden wheel into the square. The crowd gasps, fear etched on every face. Torches flicker in the night. The prisoner is led in chains through the square. Some peasants turn away, women shield their children's eyes, while others stare in grim fascination. The wheel is placed at the center. Torches burn brightly, casting long shadows. The crowd encircles the square. Justice, cruel and public, is ready to begin. The executioner binds the prisoner's hands and feet to the wheel. Fear grips him. The crowd watches silently, waiting for what comes next. The executioner raises a heavy iron bar. The prisoner screams. The crowd holds its breath as the first strike lands. Limbs shatter beneath the hammer. The prisoner writhes in agony. Some peasants turn away, others cannot look away. Another strike crushes the prisoner's legs. His screams echo through the square. Torches flicker, shadows dancing across the faces of the crowd. The priest raises the cross, chanting prayers. The prisoner screams, But the ritual continues, a final act of sanctity over this spectacle of pain.
The crowd watches in horrified silence. Women shield their children. Some gasp, others whisper. Fear has gripped every heart. Close-up of the prisoner's face. Sweat, blood, and tears mix as he cries out. His life hangs by a thread. The executioner lifts his sword for the final blow. Silence falls. The prisoner's suffering ends in one swift stroke. The body lies lifeless on the wheel. Torches burn, but the square is quiet. The priest lowers his cross. The crowd slowly begins to leave. Dawn breaks over the city. The wheel remains, the body displayed as a grim warning. Crows circle above. The lesson of fear has been taught and remembered.